My father's relationship has evolved. It went from being like a really him trying to be like an exemplary man with high ideals and standards, to try to impress his own father, who was very like that, to now being a lot more relaxed and understanding, a lot more chill, and a lot more supportive. To like when we never hugged or said I love you, to now we say I love you. We'll hug. Um, we actually share an apartment right now. When he comes back from Mexico, he stays in my extra bedroom, and right now he's back in Mexico. And then with my kids, like yeah, I definitely have a more open approach with my kids. We talk about drugs and everything else, and school and social life, which is different than what my dad was. Like we didn't talk about anything like that. So very open relationship with my kids.
What was the moment or catalyst for you to start hugging and telling your dad that you loved him?
It was bottling up shit, and then just breaking down, and both of us did. Yeah, I remember there was a point where like we just both broke down. We just finally like hashed it out and then said we loved you and then we hugged. But yeah, the bottling up of stuff that we both did, just it was too much and it broke the glass. Yeah.
And you remember that moment?
I remember specifically that moment.
And it was recent?
No, it was about 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, 10 or 15 years ago. So yeah, that's when he changed and I changed, and yeah. Yeah, kudos to him, man. He's gone through a lot of trauma too himself, so he's figured out ways to like, become a better man, and I appreciate that. Yeah.
So 15 years ago, were you telling your own children you loved them and hugging them before that transition, or was it after, or do you?
Yeah, with my children, I always had a different approach. I'd always hug him and tell him I love him. I made sure never to be like that. I still do. I still do present strength, though. I still don't break down. But I don't know if that's so much because of I want to present strength for portraying strength's sake, or because I just don't know how to handle emotional weak moments. You know what I mean?
So, but you're defining strength as not showing the emotional weakness.
Exactly. Yeah.
And why? Just because everything around us?
No, it's because like we said at the beginning, man, that's how our parents raised us. They didn't know how to do it, so we don't know how to do it.
With your kids, though, you still feel you can't show that.
I can't show that with anybody. Yeah, not just with my kids. Like there's moments I like want to sit there and be like, God, I want to cry. Like I want to cry, and I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to let it out. I don't know how to release.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I just don't know how to do it.
It seems like your relation with your dad, it was just boiled over. And seeing your journalism, it's the same thing when all those stories, shit just boiled over, and you're seeing your wife being taken away, or your kid not having a father, and it just boiled over, and that's when like you can't even hold it anymore, it just comes out.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out, I don't know the answers, Memo, but I'm trying to figure out ways where we don't have to bottle it out, to find the safe places where you could rediscover, redefine strength in your own way.
Yeah.
And I might be doing it wrong too, because with my son, he's 12. He's like the opposite of what I was at 12. At 12, I was very like what you just described.
Yeah.
And he's like the opposite, and sometimes I have to battle myself, like, bro, my wife always checks me, hey man, aren't you supposed to be emotionally expressive? Yes, but it's like I'm reprogramming myself, because he's so much more emotionally intelligent than I am at that age. It's a different generation, of course, but I'm like, dang, there's no doubt I know how he's feeling, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I can navigate and figure out how to deal with it,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, are your kids, are they the opposite with you? Are they more emotionally open and stuff like that?
I've never thought about it. I haven't thought about it really.
But you know why I'm asking this, right?
No.
I'm asking this because, well, this whole idea of like being able to show at least your children, because I don't want a blow up to happen with you and your kids like it happened with you and your dad.
Yeah.
And my assumption right now is your relationship with your dad right now, 15 years later, is so much more healthier and loving.
Yeah.
Right. And something that for me, I didn't have the opportunity to have that
Yeah.
with my dad, you know?
I think, well, the difference between my dad was super like, you know, you got to dress like this, you got to be like this, you can't say that, you have to act this way. Very strict, very just super strict about it. So I was always kind of more rebellious, you know, and I grew up, he comes from a very strict cowboy mentality in Mexico, and I'm growing up in LA, you know, going around like, you know, being aware to more social political issues, so more rebellious. So there was a lot of tension between my dad and I, to the point where like we couldn't even talk for a few years because of that. With my kids, we don't have any of that tension.
Right.
Yeah, we've always had a great relationship. Yeah, there's no issues with me and my kids. So I think that's the big difference. So with my kids, there's never been a point where like, I mean, we've had anything emotional to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just always cool.